Hi, my name's Lizzie Drury and I'm the Senior Nutritionist at Saracen Horse Feeds. I'm here today with Charlotte Platt to come and speak to her about some feeding issues surrounding some of the horses here before the competition season really starts off. What some of you may not know is that behind the scenes there's a lot of preparation that goes on with the horses prior to getting out there and actually competing. And that is perhaps not just on the saddlery and the rider and horse preparation, but also behind the scenes with the feeding programs. I would visit Charlotte on a monthly basis to discuss the progress and perhaps any specific issues that may be going on with horses, particularly as the competition season approaches and some of the buttons start getting pressed a little bit harder with the horses. Charlotte, we've been sponsoring you now for 4 years. How do you actually feel that it's been of benefit to you?
It's really great because I'm confident when I go to a show that my horse is fed the best nutrition they can have. And if I have any problems, I can contact you and you'll come and look at my horses and we'll sort the problem out. Any issues on energy levels, it's a real confidence thing that you know you're putting the best into your horse.
When we're preparing feeding programs for horses, whether they be top-end performance horses or leisure horses, there are certain protocols, if you like, that we go through to ensure that we're actually providing horses with the best possible balanced nutrition. Where we start is with a forage analysis. Forage needs to form the basis of every horse's ration to maintain good digestive health and as well as keeping them happy in their minds as well. So in Charlotte's situation, we've already performed and done a forage analysis. We know how much forage the horses are eating and therefore we can start to think a little bit more about where we go from a concentrate feeding perspective. When we choose a concentrate feed, a lot of that will depend as well on the individual horse that we're feeding. So that will include things like whether the horse maintains good body condition or whether it is more difficult to keep weight on, and also as well very much the temperament of the horse. Now, Charlotte has some excitable horses where we have to be very careful in the type of feeds that we choose. And because the horses are now being worked that much more harder, then we can also start to perhaps run into a few little problems where the diet actually needs fine-tuning. So Charlotte, we know that we've got perhaps a little bit of an issue that we need to address with one of your top horses. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit more about what the problem is.
She was off last year with injury and now she's coming back into work. Her feeding last year she was on relief and she'll carry on with relief for probably the rest of her life because she's hot. But coming back into work, she's just dropped a little bit of top line and body condition. I mean, it's fine tuning as you say, and it's a tiny bit, but I just need to get a little bit of more top line and fat on her before we really kick off the season. The feed is doing a great job and it's keeping her chilled, if you like, but I just am worried a little bit about her top line when she's in full work.
Okay. Well, as you know, we chose the relief to form the basis of this horse's diet because it provides the energy using non-heating energy sources. So relief doesn't contain any cereal, so therefore has a low starch and sugar level, which helps to maintain a steady and manageable temperament in horses that are prone to becoming excitable. One of the difficulties in feeding particularly top-end performance horses a totally fibre-based diet is that it can become a little bit more difficult to keep the condition on the top line, particularly across the back and the quarters. So what we need to do is to find a way of actually increasing the calorie level, because that is what's going to put condition on, but actually as well do that without exaggerating her temperament, because we know that we've got her temperament-wise at the moment sensible, and so that you can work her. So what we will do is to incorporate a high-fat supplement, a product called Equidual, which is a stabilised rice bran product. And what that will do will to provide you with a lot more non-heating calories, and it is particularly good at targeting the condition across the top line, back and the quarters. Thank you very much, Charlotte. Well, hopefully that's given you a very brief insight as to the kind of things that go on when we're working with some of our sponsored riders. But do please remember that Saracen work with all types of riders and all types of horses. So whether you are just a happy hacker or a top-end performance rider, we're here to help you, and we're here to help you get the best performance possible out of your horses. So that just leaves me to say good luck, Charlotte, for the forthcoming season. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of each other. And for all of you out there, if you wish to contact us, please do visit our website or even our Facebook page.